Welcome back to another simplified rational expressions. Last time we used the skill called dividing out monomials. Today we're going to divide out binomials. Our first question is y squared plus 3y plus 2 over y squared plus 7y plus 10. Now, step 1, we're going to factor out the polynomial denominator and numerator. Now think about this. Y squared plus 3y plus 2. Really quick, your Algebra 1 practice. We're going to find two numbers. When you times them, it becomes c. Wait a minute. You're mentioning ABC again. Yes, it is. Remember, the standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Here, a is 1. Okay? If a is 1, all we need to do is we're going to find two numbers that when we multiply, it becomes a c. In this case, c is 2. So, two numbers times together become 2. And then, the same set of two numbers, if we add it, we want it to be b. In this case, b is 3. So when we add it together, we want to have 3. What is this? Is the 1 and the 2 okay? 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Good, we found it. Then all we need to do is we're going to draw two sets of parentheses and put your variable here, and these beautiful two numbers we just found, positive 1, positive 2. We finish factoring the numerator. Now, we're going to do the same thing for our denominator. Our denominator says y squared plus 7y plus 10. What are these two numbers? When you multiply them, the product is c. When you add them, the sum is 7. Pause this video, see if you can find it. Alright, how about 2 times 5 is 10. 2 plus 5 is 7. Once again, we'll come here. We're going to open, close, two sets of parentheses. Write down your variable, And these two numbers we found, one is positive 5, one is positive 2. Everything looks good. Now, we can divide out these binomials. Because y is monomial, 2 is monomial. Put together binomial. We're going to divide it out. After we divide it out, we have y plus 1 over y plus 5. This is our simplest form of this rational expression. Okay? For this rational expression, we found its simplified form by factoring the polynomial first, then we divide out the binomial. Now, one more really important thing we need to look. We need to look at excluded value. The excluded value, in some other books, we also call it restricted. Okay, what is the value that we don't want it to happen to our denominator? Because once it happens, it will make our denominator become 0. Then it will become undefined. We don't want this happen. And some people say, oh, that's easy. All we need to do is to look at this. We don't want this one be 0. We don't want y is negative 5. Okay, I got it. However, that's not enough. What we need to do is we need to come back to here. To look at this denominator, y plus 5 and y plus 2. Use this to consider our excluded value. Use this to consider we need to have a y plus 2 set it as 0, so y is negative 2. And y plus 5, we already set it earlier, we have y is negative 5. Therefore, in this case, the excluded value is actually y is negative 2 and y is negative 5. This is how we use the strategy called dividing out binomials to simplify rational expressions and also consider its excluded value. Happy learning!